Today is the start of 3 days of ceremonies to honor former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, and former members of her Secret Service detail helped to take her casket from Phoebe Sumter Medical Center this morning. She is now on her way, making her final journey up John Lewis Parkway to the Jimmy Carter Presidential Center here in Atlanta, where the former First Lady will lie in repose tonight.
And the first event to honor her life ended just about an hour and a half ago. 11 Alive's Christy Diaz was at the wreath-laying ceremony at the building, which also shares her name.
2 wreaths of white flowers now accompany this bronze statue that sits outside of the Rosalynn Carter Health and Human Sciences building here on the Georgia Southwestern campus, Rosalynn Carter's alma mater. They have been sitting out for a little over an hour now, and we have seen a steady stream of people walk up to see it up close. We were also here when the motorcade arrived on campus. A reverent silence descended on the crowd here as it rolled into view. It was only about a 3-mile drive from the Phoebe Sumter Medical Center, so not a very long one. We watched as the hearse pulled up right in front of this building that bears her name. Then, in a solemn display of honor, 2 people lay wreaths next to the statue. GSW University President Neil Weaver placed one, and the Rosalynn Carter Institute for Caregivers CEO Dr. Jennifer Olson placed the other. And then after that, we watched as members of the Carter family then filtered through, shaking hands. I spoke to Dr. Olson this morning. She said this week has made her think back to the first time she met Mrs. Carter 5 years ago when she was 91.
Having lived in Plains, I've had many of those that are both kind of social and professional. I've been thinking about some of those first few times when I would have lunch with Mrs. Carter, and we talk about everything from, health policy and health payment reform to choices of fashion. So I definitely think everybody has so many chances that they've had to meet and connect with her and to feel her realness.
Besides all of us reporters here watching as this happened, about a couple hundred people, just members of the public and of this campus community, gathered behind the barricades to watch the wreath-laying ceremony, holding signs, many of them waving American flags. The emotional feeling was palpable. And then we watched as the motorcade did a short U-turn, turned a corner, and started to make its way back toward Atlanta to kick off several more days of events to honor Mrs. Rosalynn Carter. In America's Christy Diaz, 11 Alive News.
So we want to talk about some of those ways that you can help to honor Mrs. Carter. This evening, the former First Lady will be lying in repose, where the public may visit her at the Carter Presidential Center in Atlanta from 6 to 10 p.m. If you do go to visit her tonight, you will not be able to park at the Presidential Center. Instead, there will be a shuttle to and from St. Luke's Episcopal Church parking lot. It will run every 15 minutes until 9 p.m.
And for the full details on the other ceremonies, including ways you can personally pay respects to the former First Lady, just text the word Carter to 404-885-7600. We'll send you the details right to your phone.